Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Tuesday, which means it's time for another Tuesday Talks. Before we get into that, please, as always, remember to drop a like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, all that jazz, all that fun stuff us YouTubers tell you guys to do. And with that, let's talk about this week's topic. So next week, E3 2019 is upon us. I am so excited. I will be there on hand, bringing you new content, reviews of every single press conference, walkthroughs of the show floor, EA Play walkthrough. I'll be doing all this. I'll be going and playing some games. So stay tuned for that stuff. But with E3 comes a lot of speculation about what's going to come. And, well, everyone's got their own ideas and opinions and hopes and, things they're scared about. So this is where I'm going to share you my E3 2019 predictions. So E3 2019 is going to be a weird year for gamers because Microsoft is the only big developer, having a press conference, like one of the big three, because Nintendo does the Nintendo Direct. Sony's just not here this year. They're off doing something. I don't know what they're doing. They probably have nothing to announce, because last year's press conference was weird, so this year they're just like, bye. But they'll probably be back next year for the PlayStation 5. But, so it feels kind of lacking in the press conference field, but there still are some press conferences. So let's start. We'll go in order of when they're going to be airing, so that you can sort of, if you care, if you can follow along with this video as they're airing and be like, oh, he was wrong, he was really wrong. Oh my god, he's a freaking dummy. Oh my god, I'm just going to unsubscribe right now. That's what's going to happen. So first off, EA is going to kick everything off June 8th. They have their weekend event. They don't go to E3 anymore. They have a free event in another part of LA. EA Play. I'll be going to that. But they're also doing not their usual press conference thing. They're going to have live streams throughout. And one game that they're missing out on in the live streams is they're not showing any Anthem. So I don't expect Anthem to be there at all. I mean, they might be there, but Anthem's, I don't think so. I think they've given up. I think they're going to close BioWare in a couple of years, maybe even a month. I don't know, something will happen. But I'm assuming the press conference live stream things, it's going to kick off right away with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I'm assuming most of their time spent is going to be promoting that game, because they have to show Star Wars fans that they do care, because they have been failing with Battlefront 2. With the Battlefront, they have not done anything with the license, except for the two Battlefront games, and they've been lackluster at best. So Jedi Fallen Order is their opportunity to win back Star Wars fans and win back us in the eyes, and it's probably going to be the majority of the time focused. They're probably also going to show off some Battlefield 5 new content, new DLC if anybody's playing Battlefield 5, some new maps, some new story, some probably war stories, something like that. They're also probably going to show up Apex Legends Season 2, Apex Legends, it was really popular when it came out, but it has since dropped in popularity a lot. So they're going to have to do something to win everybody back, because, the game doesn't have a lot of staying power, because not new stuff is introducing. Unlike, I'm going to have to admit this, unlike Fortnite, where Fortnite, every season they change the map a little bit. Season 1 of Apex Legends was just skins in a battle pass, right? It didn't really do much to change the game. They're probably also going to show off some Sims 4, maybe a new expansion pass, maybe they just announced Sims 5, I don't see that happening. I don't feel like we'll get a Sims 5, after Sims 4's reception, but we can only dream. But they're probably going to show off an expansion pack for Sims 4. There might be, and I'm really hoping for this, a Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 3 announcement. The last game was in 2016, so it's about time to get a Plants vs. Zombies 3, because I really like Garden Warfare. It's a great time. I love playing it, especially split screen co-op in the second one. I just loved it. It was so much fun. So I'm really hoping we get a new one. But I don't have huge hopes for it, but if they do it, now would be the time, because it has been since 2016 that they've announced one. So, hopefully. There are also probably going to be some Need for Speed, Need for Speed, you can't have EA without Need for Speed, so I see that happening. And then, of course, all the sports games, alright? We're going to get Madden, NHL, NBA Live, FIFA, we're going to get all that, That if we don't, that's just going to be surprising, it's going to be weird. It's going to be more surprising if we don't get it than if we do, because EA without those sports games, I don't know what they're doing at that point. So that's all I think that's going to happen with the EA one on June 8th. You can tune into that one, see if I'm right, wrong. But now we'll go into the second press conference and the biggie, Microsoft's press conference. All right, they are second. They are June 9th, midday, and they've got a lot to show off. All right, they said that they have 14 first-party games being shown off. 14. 14, that is a lot. That is a lot of first-party games, but makes sense since they bought a lot of studios last year, and they announced that was the majority of the press conference. So, it's kind of cool, we're going to see a lot of games from them, and they're getting ready, they're gearing up for the next generation. But one of those 14 is definitely going to be Halo Infinite. There's no reason it won't be. They're definitely going to show off some more Halo Infinite. Another one is definitely going to be Gears 5. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. There's probably going to be a new Forza also, so that's 3 right there. If there's not a new Forza, then I think they're not feeling okay. Then here comes the speculation. There might be some Battletoads. They announced Battletoads last year, a new remake of Battletoads. They just with a short little trailer. I'm assuming they'll show some more off this year. Hopefully they will. So that's 4 of the 14. Playground Games apparently is working on a new project. 2 years ago, they opened up a new studio to focus on a new project separate from Forza Horizon. So hopefully we'll get some news about that. There's speculation that it may be Fable. If it is Fable, I really loved Fable, and I feel bad that Lionhead Studios isn't making it because they got closed down. But I'm fine. Playground Games has not proven themselves wrong yet because Forza Horizon's a pretty great game series. So hopefully we'll get some Fable or something. We'll probably get some news about Playground Games' new project. We'll just have to wait and see about that one because we don't know. And then a lot of the games, I just don't know. I don't know what they'd show, We might get some Sea of Thieves news, if they still have faith in that. Maybe some Crackdown 3 news. But I don't know. There's a lot of speculation. I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to show off. I'm excited. They bought all these studios, so I'm excited to see what they can bring to the table for next generation. I cannot wait. They'll also probably talk about Project xCloud a little bit. Now, Project xCloud is the, streaming, Xbox is connected together, the streaming cloud thing that they're making. They're probably going to talk about that a little bit, I feel like that's going to be a big part of next generation with companies signing on for it. They might, now I don't see this as a big possibility, but they might announce the next Xbox, or at least talk. They're definitely going to talk about it, right? They're definitely going to talk a little about the specs because Sony's been talking about the specs for PlayStation 5, so they're definitely going to talk about the specs a little bit. But I don't know if they'll announce the new Xbox. They might get ahead of the game. I'm assuming if they do, it won't come out till next year. But this would be a great way to get ahead of the game, get ahead of Sony, announce it now, get people excited for it now, get pre-orders locked in now with a release next year. Because I'm assuming Sony's not announcing theirs this year. I'm assuming Sony's announcing theirs next year. But I feel like if Xbox announced theirs at their press conference, Sony might announce them this year. So I don't see that as a big possibility. I at least see them talking about it a little bit. But if they do announce it, it'd be great. Get ahead of the game. It'd be a great marketing strategy. But I don't know if I would hope for that one. Xbox Game Pass for PC is probably going to be talked about. They announced it a little bit a couple days ago. I'm assuming they're going to talk about it a little bit. Maybe even a launch date right then and there. That'd be cool. Maybe talk about if it's included with Xbox Live or Xbox Game Pass Current Ultimate. Maybe. I don't know. They're probably going to spend a lot of time, too, on Xbox Game Pass, talking about games that are coming to Xbox Game Pass. Probably some big announcements, some big games, because they announce games every month coming to it, but E3 is probably where they're going to announce some biggies, some nice big ones. And I probably feel like CD Projekt Red might join them, because CD Projekt Red showed off Cyberpunk 2077 through them last year, and they said that this is a big E3 for them, so they might be tacking on to Microsoft again this year. We'll have to see, because they're not holding their own press conference. They might go for the PC gaming show, which is a whole thing altogether. But if they don't, I see them hanging on to Microsoft if they're going to be at a press conference. After Microsoft, we got Bethesda's press conference the same day, but just later in the day. Now, Bethesda, they're in some hot water right now with some fans based on Fallout 76 and all that controversy and stuff, so they're going to have to really redeem themselves this year. We'll have to see what they do. But I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of gameplay trailers. I'm assuming we're going to see gameplay trailers for Wolfenstein Youngblood and Cyberpilot. Youngblood is the spin-off for Wolfenstein, starring B.J. Blazkowicz's children, and then Cyberpilot is a VR game, so I'm assuming we're going to see some gameplay from both of them, as well as Doom Eternal gameplay, because, Doom Eternal is their next big release, so they're going to want to show that off, get people excited, hyped up, and want to go kill some demons. I'm assuming we're also going to learn some stuff about Rage 2's new expansion, Rise of Ghosts expansion. They're going to talk about it. Rage 2 came out a couple weeks ago to lukewarm reception. Nobody's saying it's amazing. People are saying it's fun, but nobody's like, oh my god, this is the best game ever. Oh my god, game of the year. Nobody's saying that. Nobody. I'm assuming they're going to talk about what's coming to it, because, they got it at this point. It's been a couple weeks. You gotta tell people what they're paying for the season passes. And then Fallout 76 is probably gonna get some new content announcement. Fallout 76, I feel like they're not gonna abandon it. I feel like they're gonna try to make it good. Make it Bethesda quality. Maybe an entire revamp like Elder Scrolls Online got. I could see that happening. So we'll probably get some Fallout 76 content as well as Elder Scrolls Blades content. Maybe even an official release date because right now it's technically still in beta, even though a lot of people have it on their phones. But I'm assuming they'll talk about it a little bit, show it off. Maybe get people more excited than we currently are because we could care less. They'll also probably talk about Elder Scrolls Online and Legends. They're going to talk about Elder Scrolls stuff to tie us over till Elder Scrolls 6 because Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, they already said are not going to appear at their press conference, but they could surprise us. They could be bringing one of those in for a showstopper. I don't see them doing that. I feel like they're going to play it safe this year, maybe show off Starfield next year, because I feel like Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 are not going to come out anytime soon. And then another thing that's highly unlikely that I've seen people hoping for is a Wolfenstein 3 announcement. They're not going to announce Wolfenstein 3. Oh, they've got Wolfenstein Youngblood and Cyberpilot coming out. They're just not going to announce Wolfenstein 3. That'd be dumb marketing. That'd be a dumb idea. They're not going to do that. But they have done dumber things, and they have announced games way before the release date, so they might. But I feel like they won't. They might just say they're working on it. I don't feel like we'll get a definite announcement. Next up for press conferences is the Ubisoft one, June 10th, and I'm assuming it's gonna open right away with Just Dance. All right, every year it does. There's gonna be dancing. There's gonna be people getting out of their seats, hyping up. It's gonna be great. All the time, every year, they think that we're super excited for Just Dance, so they're gonna open their show up with that. And then I'm assuming they're gonna go into talking about, they're gonna announce Watch Dogs 3. They're definitely gonna announce it. It was just leaked. It's gonna be called Leisure or something. It was literally just leaked a day ago. It's gonna be in post-Brexit Britain, and it's gonna be apparently able to play as NPCs or something. I don't know what's happening, but I'm assuming they're gonna spend some time talking about that because the last one came out in 2016, so it's been a little while. They'll probably also talk about Division 2 DLC a little bit, because, Division 2 has been pretty good. People are really enjoying it. It's time for some DLC, so they're going to talk about that, as well as the new Ghost Recon game that they announced. They're probably going to talk about that a little bit, they'll show some gameplay, I'm assuming. Maybe a Splinter Cell. I don't see a Splinter Cell. I don't see 3 Tom Clancy games at their press conference, but maybe they'll talk about Splinter Cell. They'll definitely talk about some Siege. They always do. They'll talk about how successful they've made Siege. They might even show off a new map coming or something, but they're probably going to be like, oh my god, look at how successful Siege is. It's the top esport. Oh my god. Applaud us. Yeah, no, and then dance. And then probably going to show off some Skull and Bones. That's their pirate game coming out. That's kind of like Assassin's Creed without assassins and the Creed. So it's like Assassin's Creed 4, but you're just in a boat. So I'm kind of excited for that, but not overly excited for that. And maybe an Assassin's Creed announcement, but they said that they're skipping this year with Assassin's Creed, so not next year, but maybe they'll talk about it. Maybe. We'll have to just wait and see. So after Ubisoft is having a dance party on stage, we're going to get Square Enix to talk about it, and last year, their press conference, it existed, but it was a horrible train wreck press conference, all right? I don't know what happened there, but it was just bad. So this year, they can only go up. And I'm assuming most of their press conference is going to be focused on Marvel's Avengers. The Avengers project they announced a couple of years ago that they haven't really shown off anything about. I'm assuming that's going to be the focus of their press conference, as well as maybe some Final Fantasy VII Remake news. I don't see the remake as a high possibility, because they haven't really talked about it since its announcement, but if they do, they'll talk about it here. And then maybe a Nier Automata sequel, I don't know. I feel like most of it's going to be Marvel's Avengers and Final Fantasy VII. They might have some room for other things, but I feel like that's going to be the bulk of the talk. But if they are putting some more things in, maybe a Nier Automata sequel, maybe Babylon's Fall, the Platinum Games new IP, and maybe Tomb Raider? I don't see Tomb Raider as a big possibility. I feel like they're going to finish that, but maybe? But again, I feel like the majority is going to be Marvel's Avengers and Final Fantasy VII. And then finally, now I say finally, you might be like, oh my god, you forgot PC Gaming Show or Devolver Digital or the VR thing. Well, okay. The PC Gaming Show, it's hard to predict what's going to come to that because, you know, it's a mixed bag. It's just a bunch of companies coming together to do it. It's hard to figure out what's going to be announced there. I know there's going to be some Epic Game Store stuff, but it's really hard to predict there. And Devolver Digital it's just like a joke press conference, right? They make fun of everybody else in press conferences, so I don't think that's really, you need to really predict what's going to happen there. It's going to be funny and weird and strange, and it's going to be like, oh my god, that's really surprising. And then the VR show is a new thing. It's brand new. I don't really know what they're going to show in VR. So that's why I left these out of that video. But the final press conference, and it's not really a press conference, it's the Nintendo Direct, but it's a big part of E3. The Nintendo Direct is they're still a big part of E3. They still have a giant booth on the show floor. There's this one of the best booths. But it's going to be June 11th. It's the last one, and they have a lot of stuff to talk about, all right? Nintendo has no shortage of stuff. You know, they used to with the Wii U, but the Nintendo Switch, they're doing pretty great. So I'm assuming they're going to show off Luigi's Mansion 3, of course. Luigi's Mansion 3, I'm so excited for that. They're probably going to talk about it. Bayonetta 3, they're probably going to talk about that. Maybe Metroid Prime 4, but Metroid Prime 4's development got restarted, so I don't know if they'll actually talk about that. But maybe they'll at least say, oh, it's coming along, we're doing great, look at this. Here's a new little, small little trailer we put together with the new stuff. But they restarted all the development on that, so they might not have that ready. Pokemon Sword and Shield will definitely be talked about. Maybe also some gameplay. Maybe some Pokemon Sleep news too. Maybe and then, you know, that'd be kind of, I don't understand Pokemon Sleep, but you know, probably some Super Smash Bros. DLC announcement. You know, we gotta know who the new fighter is. Animal Crossing is definitely gonna be there. They got to talk about Animal Crossing. You know, I can't wait for Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing. And maybe, now this is just holding out hope. Everybody's holding out hope. Everybody's holding out hope for this. Mother 3 coming to the U.S. Maybe. You know, Reggie leaves. You know, he makes a surprise appearance in the Nintendo Direct. And he announces Mother 3. That'd be the best. Everyone would literally love that. Hopefully that's how they finish the show. But yeah, that's all I think is going to come to the show, to the E3 2019 this year. Again, I left out PC Gaming Show, VR, and Devolver Digitals because those are really hard to predict, and I just don't care enough about those ones. Those aren't the big ones. Those aren't the big wigs. But the big wigs are probably going to bring a lot of stuff. I don't see a new console announcement. If it is, it's coming from Microsoft, and it's going to be because they want to beat Sony and get it out there and get the name out there. Sony is not coming this year, so there's no press conference. There's not going to be anything from them. They might do a little live stream, maybe, but right now there's nothing from them, but they'll probably be back next year if they're announcing PlayStation 5. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll be covering E3 2019 all next week when I'm there on the show floor, recording for you a walkthrough of the show floor, as well as reviewing every single press conference and talking about it right here on this channel. So if you want to look out for that, please remember to subscribe, like this video, click that bell notification icon to stay notified when I upload. And with that, I hope to see you in the next video.